I would love for you to introduce yourself and share a little bit about you, if that's okay, please. Thank you.
So I introduce again. Okay, my name is Michael Taylor Nabwana. I'm a content creator. I'm also an artist. I use my art to advocate and champion for issues arising in the community or in the country. Yeah, I'm a married man to one lady. So yeah, that's all about Michael.
Great, thank you. What made you become a change maker?
Okay, what made me is first of all the talent inside me. It inspired me so well. Here in Kenya, we had a lot of issues, issues arising between the communities with a lot of chaos. So then I saw the passion that I should then use my art to advocate for these issues. That's why I now became a change maker and an advocate for various issues. So at the beginning, I started advocating for zero malaria. You know, malaria was one of the crises, major and a big problem in Kenya. So I started advocating for zero malaria in Kenya. That's how I started. Then I went ahead on climate change, sexual reproductive health and right to people living with disabilities. Now we are also championing for green ocean and clean ocean in Kenya.
Brilliant.
Yes.
And within the issues that are faced, what kind of particular issues do you feel are challenging at times?
There are a lot of there are so many challenges, both fields that I've just mentioned. When it comes to the sexual reproductive health and rights, mostly to people living with disability,
Yes.
there is a lot of harassment now. When you run to court seeking for these judgments to be done, there is a lot of protocols. There is a lot of financials that you need to chip in with your own money because there are no people to come that are coming up to help you maybe solve a certain case, or maybe so that your case might be might be heard quickly, or maybe so that the lifespan of the judgment to be reduced. So there is a lot of challenges when it comes to court issues, and also when maybe you are organizing something like a demonstration for a certain issue. So for you to be given those permits, it's so hectic that you are not
Yeah.
allowed just as easy as maybe someone might think. So it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of humility in you, so that maybe you can get whatever you want, so that you can champion for whatever you want to champion for, or whatever you want people to hear.
Mm.
Yes.
Thank you. And would you say that, do you feel supported in those abilities to have impact and also to address these challenges?
uh, uh, Come up again. Support how?
So do you feel like you have the tools and resources to enable impact?
Yes, a lot of resources are needed when
Mm.
it comes to advocate something or championing for something. Okay, for
Yes.
instance, when championing for people living with disability, their rights, their sexual rights, to empower them. When we talk about empowering someone, it means you are now financial. So you need resources. You need to empower them. You need to educate them. You also need to maybe donate to them some items so that they can use, or things that maybe they might prevent them from being discriminated in any way. So maybe if someone is being discriminated because maybe he or she goes to someone because he's in need of food, so instead of him or her going there to be discriminated in the name of going to take food, so you give him or her food. So you see, that is resources. So maybe if people come and invest in this, donate food to these guys, or the net resources that will help to empower these guys, I think would be something very nice and very good.
And within your projects, because I'm aware that you've got your own initiative, please feel free to explain about it to me and also our community. Is there anything that what was it based on, and what is your initiative?
My initiative. Okay.
Yes.
I necessarily don't have a personal initiative, but I want to come up with one. We have a collaborative initiatives. For instance, we had Elimisha sister initiative. It's a Kiswahili word, so it means that we are empowering ladies on their sexual and reproductive health. We also empowering people living with disability inside the initiative. Then there is another collaborative initiative that Let's End Malaria. So it's also a collaborative initiative with various stakeholders around the world and in Kenya that are helping us to champion for zero malaria in Kenya. Yeah, we also have organizations like
You were saying a bit about the initiative which you have in mind for disability and gender. So I would love to hear a bit more, and also what support or where you can find out about this information. Please feel free to share.
Okay, I just forgot. I was once trained by the Youth Coalition for people living with disability. Is a UN sponsored initiative that trained me. It was an online training.
Yes.
So from there, it's when I gained the skills to continue sharing my skills. So I was then taken by an organization called Moonlight Talent Group and Culture Africa. It's an organization in Kenya, both of them. So I started then championing for them and empowering them on the issues of people living with disability. So they took me as their program officer. I started coordinating, and we did a lot. We empowered so many people living with disability on their sexual and reproductive health. So the initiative will still run from this year, I think from February. It will continue running. We also welcome various stakeholders so that they can chip in to help us make sure that the rights and freedom of people living with disability here in Kenya is a matter that is at people's heart, so that they can also be included in so many avenues, or so many projects, or so many aspects of the government and also non-governmental institutions, so that they can just feel like they're at home, feel that they are equally like others, so that they can also enjoy any right as a human being. Yes.
Thank you for sharing, and that sounds like a wonderful initiative and also project. And I would also like to say, is there information of this on your page, or is there like a website which you could share with us after for others to get involved?
Okay, when it comes to my personal social media accounts, I usually I don't share those information, because keep in mind that I'm also a creative. So I also advertise I advertise various brands. But when I mention a certain organization, I think when you go to a social media account like Moonlight Talent Group on Twitter at MTG, you will find the information there. When you go to Kwacha Africa, it's also run by a person living with disability. The director is a person living with disability. So you'll find our pictures there, everything there. When you go on my Facebook, also on my Instagram page, I think you'll see some